Hello everybody, it's me Nate aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm reviewing Aliens Fireteam Elite. It was developed by Cold Iron Studios and published by Daybreak Games and released on August 24th of 2021 on basically just about every system. It is a third-person co-op shooter where you play with 3 players, 2 of them either being other online game players or 2 AI bots, as you go through 12 different levels killing xenomorphs as Space Marines. Yeah! Now, here's the thing. Now, you can't really sit here and compare this to the awful Colonial Marines game that came out a long time ago. I think the same developer that made the Borderlands games kind of made that one. This is a different taste of the pie. You have to go into this game giving it a different overall feel. It's nothing like that game. It plays a lot better than that game, but I can't sit here and say that this is not an issue with certain flaws in its title. First of all, the graphics are quite well done. I do love the different varieties of the levels that you go through. The sound effects are top-notch. It can be really nerve-wracking in fighting these xenomorphs as they swarm in all around you. You got your little meter beeping, let you know where they're at. And honestly, when you are in the middle of an epic firefight with a couple good buddies of yours and you're screaming at them, it actually is quite fun. It really is. You have to worry about where they're coming at, be able to use your different weapons and upgrades that you have to actually get through these levels. But I have to say this, the level designs are really poorly designed. It consists of a lot of open areas and a lot of choke points, a lot of corridors. And I get a lot of these places you're going are in space and stuff like that. And the xenomorphs, hands down, are really cool. There's all kinds of different varieties of xenos in this. They got armor-plated ones. They all have special abilities. So I do applaud them for creating so many different variations of the xenomorphs. Now, on the other hand, when you fight against the androids, yes, there are parts where you have to fight against androids, and that's where it kind of goes away from being this thing of being stressful as the xenomorphs rush you around corners and on ceilings and floors, of you shooting maniacally around screaming. Then it turns into like a cover-based shooter, really. Honestly, I think the parts with the androids is the worst parts of the game. And all you do is you go through an area, click on an item to activate it, either a computer terminal, a box, or what have you, and you just go into the next area, and you just basically survive waves and waves of xenomorphs, androids, and some other enemies. Now, the one thing I do have to point out about this game, that I will give it credit, is when you first start up, it has a creative player, which is nice. Even though it's a rather poor creative player, it doesn't really allow you to make a character that you really can, really make unique. And it doesn't really matter because you really don't see them. It's third person. You just see the back of them holding a big gun as they shoot. So honestly, kudos to them for adding a creative player. But at the same time, it's a real lame one. It really doesn't have too many options to make a unique creative player. But hands down, that's really not a detriment to the game. Hands down, I do like the squad-based shooter aspects of it, and I definitely like the progression system that they have in this to upgrade your characters, to unlock new abilities. You can actually go and tweak your weapons with stuff that you learn throughout the game, add new paint, new skins, new add-ons to the weapons. And honestly, that hands down is really the best part of this game, is the different abilities that you can unlock, the new upgrade system that you have, and your weapons that you can tweak. And that's really the only thing I can say about this game. Is structurally it's very well built. I haven't had too many issues playing it online. The netcode seems to be rather stable, at least from when I played. But it has some of the worst load times I've dealt with in a long time. I mean, upwards of 10 minutes on some of these times. And honestly, it seems like your main base, the main hub, it's pointless. You go back there to talk to people about pointless crap. It doesn't really have a good story to carry you through this. even though it does dive deep in a lot of the lore of Prometheus, a lot of the levels actually are built around after Alien 3 and also Prometheus, so to where it does have a lot of fan service in terms of some of the levels and things that you come across and fight, and I do appreciate that the fact that they did take the time to give a damn to actually put stuff like that into this game is good. But if you don't add variety, variety is the spice of life. If your game consists of 12 levels that are way too damn long, with no checkpoint save system at all, if you die or anyone else dies and you don't resurrect the team, it's game over and you go back to the base ship and you start over from scratch. And some of these levels can be close to damn near an hour long before you can beat them. And while I do appreciate the overall length of this game, I don't really approve of a non-saving checkpoint system. If they allowed me to save like at certain points in here to where if the whole team died, I wouldn't have a problem going back through it. But having to go through and sit through the whole level and get through the whole level without dying is really a pain in the ass, even on some of the easiest difficulties. And while a lot of people will be out there, well, just get good. Now, it's not a matter of that, okay? You have to keep in mind you got two other people with you. Either they're real people or they're AI bots. Either way, you're going to have the same issue of people running off, not sticking together, not working as a team. Now, when I found a good working team and we talked together and everything and kept up on it, it was really a fun game. It definitely was. But the levels are just too long. They're too repetitive in terms of big room, tiny corridor, big room, tiny corridor. And the game ends up being nothing more than just a wave killer. Now, what I mean by that is you just going and killing constant waves of xenomorphs and clicking on a button here or there. There's no real other variety to this game. And I think that is the main problem with it. I like the overall idea behind this game. It's way better than Colonial Marines. It functions great. The zombies. The Aliens AI is significantly pretty smart. They do kind of just bum rush you though, so and they're really not that smart. But compared to some of the crap I've seen in Colonial Marines, they got a lot better than this. Honestly, for the price, I think it's like $40 for the base version and $70 if you buy the one with the little DLC packs. I can honestly say, even if you were a fan of Colonial Marines, I wouldn't recommend this. It really, while it's got some parts to it that are really cool, and it did make me feel great, like playing like one of these Space Marines, unless you're going to make it where you have mid-level saves to where you can go back and start at a checkpoint, or just give everyone what they want. Make a game like this, but set it in Aliens with Ripley, Newt, and all the other characters. Hicks, I know it would cost more money, but if you're going to get the license, why not do that? Don't do this. Get it to where you get to play as the other characters. You know how cool that would have been if you would have been able to play as Ripley and Hicks and the rest of the characters as they went through Aliens, the movie Aliens. That would have been just phenomenal because, like I said, this game engine they got is pretty decent. The gameplay itself is structurally sound. The AI of the Aliens is pretty well done. Honestly, I could see this actually being a great game if it had a story, a really heavy focus on a story, and focused on characters from the movie Aliens. But instead, they decided to go with this route of being after Aliens 3, after Ripley, committed suicide, killed herself. And I just think that right there is the main fault. One, they don't have a decent story with this game. Two, the characters are lackluster. You don't give a crap about any of these characters as you're playing through these levels. Three, the levels are too damn long with no midway save checkpoints, where if you die you have to start over. And currently, other than the graphics and the fact that the sound effects are spot on with the aliens and your gun sounds and the explosions and the banter, honestly, those are the best highlights of this game. It is better than Colonial Marines, hands down. I can definitely say that. But I can't recommend that you play this. I can't recommend that you go out and pay $40 for this. And, I can sit here and nitpick and go, well, every time you kill an alien, their acid doesn't burn through the floor or nothing. I can get why. Level design would be totally a nightmare if they did that. Though you could create some special levels where if you design it in a certain way, then it would melt away the levels to where you had less and less room to work with, or you could fall to your death. That would be cool. That really would. But instead, they just went for a bare bones basic 3-player cover shooter game, like a wave shooter. And I'm kind of shocked they went this route. While fundamentally it serves its purpose and it's solid, but it's just not memorable. And to me, other than short bursts of fun I had with this, in the end, it just doesn't warrant being able to go back and keep playing it to upgrade your character and unlock all the skins and everything. But in the end, that's just my personal opinion. Leave in the comments below what you think of it. This was Nate, a.k.a. Devil Dog, and I want to thank each and every one of you for watching these videos. Please hit a like button, hit that subscribe button. Please leave comments below so I can answer each and every one of them. And remember, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.